Well, Extinction Rebellion are targeting the great Australian event, the Tour Down Under, because it dares to be sponsored by energy giant Santos. Well, let's get into this and much more from the world of woke with the great Prue MacSween. Welcome, Prue MacSween. What am I talking about?
I'll answer to anything, Taylor.
Welcome to the desk.
Thanks, mate.
Now, as I wrote in the Advertiser today, when these Extinction Rebellion nutsos glue themselves to the road, why can't we just leave them there? I mean, Volkswagen shows us last year that it can be done because they glued themselves in this place over in Europe and they just left them there. And then they ended up complaining that, oh, they needed to go to the toilet and their hands hurt and whatever. I mean, you know, if you want to glue yourself to the road in Flinders Street like they did in Adelaide today, go for your life. We'll just leave you there.
Well, let's face it, they aren't very bright though, are they, mate? So, you know, you have to think about the fact that these people who clearly, a lot of them reflect the poor education that generation has. And I know there are a lot of grey-haired ladies who've got not enough to do with their lives. But, you know, there's no critical thinking, particularly with this, the fact that they're attacking Santos, that is supporting a Tour Down Under that is really promoting everything that they want. They want to get rid of fossil fuels and cars that are going to create shocking emissions, but they want to cancel this damn thing or this sponsorship, knowing that in fact sponsorships are so hard to get that there's a likelihood that the thing won't go on again if Santos walks. The hypocrisy of these people and the stupidity and the public nuisance that they're accommodated by. We all know we're allowed to protest, but when it starts impacting on the rest of us, then I think the laws have to be changed. It's just appalling.
Well, apparently, I was saying at the top of the show, Human Rights Watch now says that our treatment of climate protesters is terrible. It's we're going against people's human rights. God.
We must be doing something right then.
Exactly. Well, now, can you believe this? Apparently, the word field is now racist. So USC, which is a college in America, will no longer be using the word field in its School of Social Work. In a letter from the department, they wrote, quote, "Language can be powerful and phrases such as going into the field or field work may have connotations for descendants of slavery and immigrant workers that are not benign." What on earth are they talking about? Field?
I really thought this was, I had to check that it wasn't April Fool's Day. I mean, these people are in charge of teaching it's minds of our children, and you think, my God, if they're moronic, they have no intellectual capacity, and if this is all they've got time to do, but worry about words like field, I had to think, what the hell's wrong with field? I mean, it's just appalling that these people with so little time on their hands, who are bending over backwards to try and accommodate this or do this cancel culture performance that seems to be taking over our universities. I think universities are becoming a very dangerous place to send your children. I don't know if I'd encourage mine to go and do any more there.
Go and do a trade. You
yeah, exactly. It's much healthier.
You do an apprenticeship and you know you'll have a job at the end of it. But I mean, like, what place does your head have to be in when you start seeing offence in a word like field? I mean, you've gone so far off the deep end.
Well,
I'm not sure you can ever be brought back, can
Well, you just wonder, are they going through the dictionary and just looking at every word and trying to see if they can somehow associate that with white supremacy or something that could be cancelled? I mean, just to justify their position as being, a hand-wringing, apologist for life, it seems.
It's amazing, isn't it?